Okay, guys, welcome. This is what I consider a soft presentation. We have actually done like maybe two other presentations for the crypto ops arbitrage system, but this is just another one of those. I'm still digging deeper and trying to find more solid information to give all of you. But what I can say is that so far, it's been amazing, totally amazing. So I'm going to start by telling you the long story short. Okay, how did I come about getting myself involved with this particular platform? Of course, those who know me, I've been in this industry, in the Forex industry and in the market industry. I've been doing this for 8 years, guys, okay? So along the way, I have evolved. First, I was involved in Forex, which I still am. And to make a long story short, we started providing Forex education. Then we came and started Signal Services. And then we started to include account management. And then we incorporated prop firming. And then we incorporated some automated trading, which along those lines led to some crypto investments. And now we are offering so much more than that, this being one of the most excellent and so far the best crypto investment opportunity that I have had the privilege of involving myself. And so how did this come about? So I have a buddy of mine, so a friend of a friend, right? And about a year ago, or maybe close to a little more than a year ago or so, I think almost 2. All right, so the guy told my buddy, hey, I'm getting myself involved in this awesome opportunity. It's a well-kept secret. It's not really out there like many other platforms are. It's only for large investors. And so the guy's buddy, now we're talking about the third guy down the road, involved him saying that it was like for millionaires and people with big money, but somehow they made some adjustments where they allowed this guy who's a millionaire now, my buddy of a buddy, right? And he dropped $5,000 and he told my buddy, the immediate buddy of mine, hey, you should jump on this. And my immediate buddy was like, yeah, sure. But, he had been following me for over 5 years and he's made a lot of money with me doing all the things that we have been doing. And so one thing led to another. He got sidetracked, he got busy, and he totally forgot. So about a month and a half now, actually, because we've been actually in this for a little bit already. And so he got contacted again by the same buddy of the buddy, right? Hey, man, how you doing? How's everything? Did you ever get a chance to look at that opportunity that I was talking about? Did you jump on board? And he goes, man, you know what? I completely got sidetracked, got busy with other things, and I was never able to even look at it. How's that going, by the way? And the guy told him, as you know, I started with about $5,000 and I've already compounded my account to 4.6 million. Okay. And so far, ever since I compounded my account to about 4.5 million or so, I've been withdrawing 500K weekly. And my buddy was like, no freaking way. And he says, listen, shoot the information over. I promise you, I'll take a look at it. I'm not going to get sidetracked. So my buddy gets in touch with me. He says, hey, Jay, I know that you're the man to look for when we're talking about these opportunities. I'm always following you, but I just had a buddy of mine tell me this and this, and he gave me the long story short version. So he said, you mind looking at it, see if it's something that we want to incorporate to the things that you do and the opportunities that you provide. And I said, sure, man, that sounds really interesting. So go ahead and shoot it over. So I began to look into it. And of course, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, hey, this is 100% and all the information and stuff, because there was a few things that along the line, as I was actually looking into it, that was like, hey, this is a little, I'm not so sure about these little things. and what have you, but they weren't that significant because I've seen those kind of things before, and I've involved myself with different opportunities that have similar, similar things that are a little like, hey, what's up with this or what's up with that, but it's not really that important to me, okay? And so I just began to say, okay, let's check it out. So far, my friend of a friend has been doing this for 2 years, so it says a lot. The platform is very, very sustainable for some, for X or Y reason. And so I go ahead and I went ahead and just kind of threw $100 at it just because I wanted to test the user friendliness of the platform. I did it more in a review type of way. So I was like, let me review this thing. And so I threw $100 at it, and I started to look at it. And, the thing about it is I'm going to go ahead and show you what this is really kind of all about. And this is my account, right? It's sitting at $84,245 as of right now. So I have stopped my automated hands-free feature from continuing forward since early this morning in order to be able to show you and present to you my account and how it's progressed and what it's been doing and what this thing is all about. So in a nutshell, what's going on with this platform, it's a crypto arbitrage system. And so the word arbitrage is definitive in regards to, it pretty much looks for discrepancies in price, okay? So what the arbitrage system is connected to all the exchanges globally. And what it's doing is it's offering you the coin, the stable coin USDT TRC20 at the cheapest price possible. And what it's doing is that it's looking throughout all the exchanges that it's plugged into, and it's looking for the highest price. Because it's stable coin, the risks are so much lower than any other crypto, type of platform of this type, right? And so with other crypto coins that are similar to the platform that I'm presenting to you today, the dangers or the higher risks involved are the fluctuation in prices. Let's take BTC, for example. Look at it right now, right? If you go on your phone, look at BTC and what's the price now. Go back in a few seconds, fluctuation. Go back in an hour, fluctuation. And so that's the dangers or the higher risk that you have when you use a similar platform, but it's a coin that completely fluctuates up and down. And then you also have those risk factors of coins or actual cryptos just altogether taking a good dump or a good crash, right? And so those are the higher risks involved with crypto investing. In versus this platform, we're talking about a stable coin. USDT is the most sought out stable coin out there in the crypto market. People are transacting in the billions every day, possibly already climbing into the 1 or the 2 trillions. We know the Forex market is already, 5 to 6 trillion. So cryptos is coming up really quickly behind it. And a lot of people nowadays are transacting more and more in crypto. Right now, there's probably close to 1 trillion or 2 being transacted throughout the whole entire network of cryptocurrencies. And so USDT, being that it's stable, right? It's not really as dangerous as a fluctuating coin. And so the arbitrage system plugged into all the other exchanges, what it's looking for is the best price for you to sell your USDT. Boom. And then what it's doing, it's locking your money up for 2 hours at a time. So you get 2-hour cycles, which are 12 cycles in one day. And for each cycle that you use your funds in, what it's doing, it's selling the coin USDT in your funds, selling it to the highest bidder. Boom, 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 constantly. Okay, this exchange has it for this much. Boom, it gives you the opportunity. That exchange has it for this much. Boom, it gives you the opportunity. And it looks a little bit like this. When you press this button, it searches for the opportunity and it presents you with the opportunity, which I am not gonna go ahead and press, but right here we have a supplier, right, over in this area. And then it's actually wanting to, sell my 49,000 worth of it. I'm gonna cancel this because I want to show you how the automated hands-free feature works. So I'm not going to commit actual, funds right now. So on the right side, you can see that their wallet balance is what you have. On the left side, when you press that button continually, so the work is in the transaction hall, and all you're doing is pressing that button, like I just showed you, and you're committing your money, boom, 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 boom. And then all of this gets transferred over into the transaction area for 2 hours. And then when it goes back, you put your alarm, right? You put your alarm for 2 hours and 5 or 10 minutes at the most. And when you go back to look, all the money is back in your wallet plus a 0.3% gain. So when you multiply that by 12, you get a 3.6% average per day. Of course, no one can stay awake to press this button all the time. And that's why if you guys register with the people that invited you and are part of our downline, you will get access to that hands-free feature so that you're hands-free. The algorithm is completely doing the work for you. And it gives you enough time where you don't really even have to stop the algorithm once you get used to the withdrawal process. And you can actually withdraw once your funds are back at the 2 hours in the wallet balance, whatever amount you want to withdraw, up to 20,000 at a time. That's the only restriction. Now, this guy that withdraws 500,000 every weekend, he does it in $20,000 increments, okay? So the minimum withdrawal would be $6. The maximum withdrawal in increments would be $20,000. And you can put numerous withdrawals in during the day, during the weekend, whatever have you. The millionaire guy, buddy of my buddy, gets $500,000 out of it every weekend. So he's making what? Roughly $2 million a month. And so that's how the whole arbitrage works. So it's pretty much over the counter. It's an OTC, which is abbreviation for over the counter. So you have exchanges like Kraken, you have exchanges like these large and well-known exchanges. Those are OTC. So crypto OTC, which is the name of the company, COTPS, that's exactly what we're dealing with. We're dealing with an over-the-counter crypto exchange offering an arbitrage system within their platform, giving you the opportunity of a 3.6% gains per day opportunity. This is like mind-boggling, mind-blowing, and all of that kind of stuff. So this is really great. And to tell you more, I threw $100 in there. I'm going to go over to the dashboard section to show you some of the user-friendly features, right? And so I want to start by telling you I started with $100, right? And so I'm going to show you exactly what the details of that looks like. And you can see here, these are the full details, full transparency, guys, of what I've been doing with the funds. And you've already seen the balance where it is right now. So I started with $100. Pressed on the button the first day or two, right? Pop, 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 pop. You can see the date, right? March 1st. And then on March 2nd, I withdrew $101.14. Okay, so I tested it. I tested everything there was to test. I looked through the platform, pressing on buttons, checking out the information, looking at the customer support. They have a live chat as well. They're very responsive compared to other support systems that we have experienced in the past. The withdrawals are immediate, guys. This is the most insane thing because this all can be traced through the Binance. Like you can, when I hit the button over there that it shows the sell opportunity, a lot of those exchanges, you can actually track the transactions through the blockchain and see the supplier and track all of the stuff that you need to actually confirm, which was another thing that was very impressive to me. And because I don't want to make this such an extensive presentation, I'm not going to go and start clicking and looking at the webs and a website for the blockchain and this and this and that. You can do your due diligence once you jump on board and you can confirm this for yourself, but it's actually true. Of course, not all of the exchanges that you're getting an opportunity for, you will be able to trace, but I have seen that the majority you can. So back to the story here, right? I started with $100, tested it for 1 day. March 2nd came. I went ahead and withdrew the whole amount because I wanted to test that they're not gonna, restrict a certain portion of my funds. They're not gonna, and I wanted to test the process of how quickly, how securely I can get a withdrawal. To my surprise, they do a facial recognition. First of all, you have to register with your phone number, right? And then you're gonna put a password to your login into your account, which is very secure because they confirm it by sending an OTP, which is an abbreviation for one-time password, into your phone. Unlike other companies, they use your email. Emails can get hacked. Your phone number, you are the only one that owns it. You will be the only one that gets the OTP code to confirm your registration, to confirm your additional password for the withdrawals, to confirm any changes that you want to make in your account, like, for example, a password change to the login or passwords change to the withdrawal transaction password. You can change it, but you have to confirm it with an OTP. To make an actual withdrawal, you have to confirm it through your phone, OTP. So even worst case scenario, somebody gets access to your account, they can't do anything. And if they try to withdraw, there's a facial recognition. Let's just say worst case scenario, they even have your transaction password. When you do a withdrawal, the representative is live on the other end looking at you on a live stream video and looking at your ID that you verified with, right, to confirm your withdrawal and that you are actually performing the withdrawal of the funds that you're requesting at that very moment, which is by far the best security features that I have seen during many opportunities that I've come across my desk. And so back to the history of how this all began, $100, tested everything out, withdrew with the little negative signs, tells you I withdrew $101 here. And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna throw 5,000 in there. So I threw 5,000 in there on the 2nd. And as you can see, by the 9th, okay, I doubled my money. I made an additional 5,000 and some change. And I withdrew 5,388, okay? And then the next day I said, okay, you know what, I'm gonna throw 20,000 at this. So there was already 5,000 in the account, and I already made my money back on that because I withdrew it. So I was risk-free at that moment. But the next day on the 10th, I threw $20,000 at it. So now I'm $20,000 invested, all right? Well, look at this. 3 days later, I go ahead and withdraw $6,000. 4 days after that, I withdrew $14,000, and that's the total of my $20,000. Now I'm running risk-free on the platform. I got my initial investment back. And mind you, I want to make it clear that this was not based solely on the 3.6% that I was gaining per day, because of course there is a commission-based structure involved for those that you wish to share the opportunity with, which was awesome. And I'm going to show you what that looks like in a little bit. And 4 days after that, I withdrew another 12,588, which is what I've made on top of my initial investment so far. I've been itching to withdraw some more, but I see the stability, I see the consistency of the platform. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let this thing compound and rock the heck out. I wanna get ahead and take my account up to the same, that my buddy of my buddy has, and reach a compounded amount of millions, so that I could be enjoying a $500,000 withdrawal a week, and things of that nature. So this is the history of the details of my account, which is now sitting at right here at $84,244, guys. Okay. So when you first sign up, you're gonna go ahead, and the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna authenticate your identity. So when you click on that, right, you're gonna go ahead and you can see that mine is passed, but you've seen the little video thing there, right? My suggestion is, if you try it, with just taking a screenshot through the avenue of this structure, then just make sure that your face, you're showing like up at least to your shoulder, your face shows completely. Take your ID, put it next to your face, right? Guys, KYC is in minutes. It was like 3 minutes in, and I already had verified my identification, and I was passed, which was really, really awesome. Up here, you just have the recharge records, which is just basically saying, every deposit that you made. And that's the only thing that's going to show. And you're going to see, right, the $100 that I deposited, the $5,000 that I deposited, and the $20,000 that I deposited. Full initial investment was $25,100. Got that back plus some. And now my account is sitting at 84 grand, like I showed you. And that's just the middle part of the row of your dashboard. The only other thing over here on the left side, after I showed you the details of funds, was personal information. Now in this area is where you go to modify. You want to change, right, your password. You want to change the withdrawal address. You want to change, well, actually, I'm going to let you know right now, when you pick a withdrawal address, make sure that you're picking it like it's a permanent one, because you cannot change it. You have to prove, and this is because of the security features that the platform has to your benefit. So pick wisely. The withdrawal address has to be a USDT TRC20 network supported address. And you got to make sure that you're picking one that's going to be permanent, because the only way that you can get that address changed is if you can prove to support that there's a problem withdrawing to that address. And the request is going to be a little burdensome. Okay, so here you can actually change your transaction password by clicking modify, but you will have to do so confirming it with your OTP. You can also change your login password. The transaction password is your withdrawal password. Should always be different from your login password, okay? And then, of course, the same with the login password. You have to confirm the switch with your OTP code. And you can always change your nickname to whatever you like. You don't need an OTP code for that, okay? So it's very safe for you to actually, perform and user-friendly, move around this platform. The security is top-notch. The platform performance is top-notch. Altogether, when I first started, I was giving it a 10. And trust me, if there was a 100 on the charts of reviews, that's exactly what I would be giving this platform in consistency, in longevity, in security, in performance. I mean, in any category whatsoever. Even now, the only category that I probably said it was like a 6 was in the actual website. But that changed like a few days ago, and they upgraded the website to this awesome looking website. And now I give that a 10. All right. So altogether, throughout all the categories possible, I give this platform an actual 10, guys. And this is some unheard of reviews on my part, because I'm very critical when it comes to these platforms, especially in crypto. I had a bad taste in my mouth from some a year ago or so. And so it's tough for me to say 10. I review this category, and to give everything a 10, this is not something that I do on a regular. All right. So the recharge records, as you saw, were to show you the records of the deposits that I had. And on the bottom part of the middle of your dashboard, it says invite your friends. So when you click on it, you'll see that you have your own invitation code. Together with that, you'll just click here to copy. All right. And then here, I'll stop to tell you the commissions that are based on you referring others. Well, here it is. Level 1, you're going to get 15% off the performance, not the deposits. Let me make that clear. Other platforms have, different bonuses for referring others, and there's a deposit bonus. This does not have a deposit bonus at all. what it does have is whatever funds your level 1 referrals put to work, and whatever the profit is, you're going to make 15% on that. So if your downline is making $100 a day, you're making $15 a day on the platform from your level 1. Same goes for level 2, you're getting 10%. Same goes for level 3, you're getting 5%. And once you reach a 50 people in your downline on level 1 that are funded, you will be unlocking another level that says infinity levels, and you will get 1% popping up on your dashboard right here. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't have that many people. Let me explain. Your upline, the person you registered with, has to have the infinity levels unlocked in order to press a button and approve their level 1s who do have 50 people or more who are funded with the minimum, the opportunity of having the infinity levels locked in, guys. So my guy still has like maybe 5 people left, and I'm throwing people at him so that he can get unlocked, and then I can get unlocked, because I have like hundreds of people already. The first I want to say the first 3 hours, I already had 50 people in there already qualified for the infinity levels. But because there's that restriction of your upline has to press the button for you, he has to be unlocked as well. So that's how that works. Okay, guys, let's go back. There was one thing over here on the left that I didn't show you, which was the team incomes. Now, this is based on all the levels that you have, level 1, level 2, level 3, and all the pretty much the income that you have received so far. And on the right side over here, you can see, man, that I can continue clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking, and you will see that there's so much down here for you to actually see. And if I continue this, I won't even be able to finish the presentation because it's just too much. I actually, the last 2 presentations I gave, I did this for a little bit, and I couldn't even reach the bottom part. So it's like bottomless for me, with so many people in my downline. So there it is. I'll just give you a few minutes of it. That's it. All right, so let's keep it moving, guys. When you go to the top part over here where it says Withdrawal Records, of course, you already saw the details of the funds. This is just a specific only to your withdrawals, which is in harmony with what I showed you in the beginning. You have 101 withdrawal, 5,388 withdrawal, 6,000 withdrawal, 14,000 withdrawal, $12,588 withdrawal. Guys, the withdrawals are instant. This is a crazy, insane, blow my mind, because in other platforms, it takes a while, a few hours, sometimes a few days, okay? With this, because it's decentralized and it's blockchain connected, like straight up, there's no one on the other end who has to approve or press a button, nothing. So it's instant withdrawals, no restrictions whatsoever. The only restriction, as I mentioned before, is the $20,000 increment withdrawal restriction, but that doesn't stop you completely from withdrawing numerous times over and over until you get the amount you want, and they're instant. The longest I've seen a withdrawal take has been literally 4 minutes. I've never seen a withdrawal take any longer. Someone in my buddy said 7 minutes was the longest that it ever took for them. Okay, guys? So that is amazing. And as I continue to pretty much finish off with all the user-friendly details that you can press on when you come on board to the platform, my team will probably be the last one, but I just want to, before I show you that, the recharge button up here is for you to make your deposit. It'll give you the TRC20 or the USDT TRC20. The minimum amount is $9. The minimum amount to withdraw is $6. And all you have to do is click on copy, and it'll copy it to your clipboard. And this will be your address. and you can go to Hyperpay, you can go to Clever Wallet, you can go to whatever coin wallet that you have that supports the USDT TRC20 network, as it says it right here in the front, to deposit your funds. Of course, the withdraw button is to do that, right? To withdraw. When you click on it, it'll tell you how much I have available to actually withdraw. There is a 0.3% fee that they charge you on the amount that you're actually withdrawing. You have to put your transaction password in, and there's a facial recognition authentication that when you start it, you will actually see a representative. You will see yourself in live real time, and a representative, a video of them. They're moving around, looking at your ID, looking at you. Top-notch security, guys. I give it a 10 in security, okay? And of course, you have to, go ahead and get the OTP password and submit it all for the process to be completed. And there you go, guys. Now, when you go to My Team, the first thing that happens right here is you'll see the level 1, right? I have $969, so we're going to go ahead and receive that. When I go to my level 2, there it is. It loads up what I have in my level 2, which is 619. This is what is happening from the 2-hour cycles. So I stopped the bot this morning in order to give you guys the presentation, and in 2 hours, these are the residuals that I'm picking up. These are the same kind of residuals, if not more. There goes level 3, $381 and a couple of change right there. And you can see the downline in the team area. Look at this, right? Boom. And look at the downline. It's amazing. I have tons of people down there, same kind of scenario with the other one that I was showing you. Hey, I'm just clicking. It's just deep, almost bottomless over there. So just to give you heads up, right? So the way I do it is, in order to verify someone who's in my downline, I ask them always for a screenshot, right, of their invitation code, which is found in the Mine section of the platform, and then you'll see their nickname and you'll see their actual invitation code, and that tells you, yeah, they're in your level 1. If you want to look for somebody in your level 2, you go to your level 2, you scroll down. If they say that they're in your level 3, you can scroll down. When you get unlimited or infinity levels unlocked, you can also press on the infinity levels and scroll down to see if they're actually in there. You would do this only for the benefit of them getting like the hands-free feature, right? Because we don't want this thing circulating all over the place. And you can see how bottomless my my downline is over here. I mean, I have hundreds and hundreds of people already, so I'm not going to continue doing that because we won't reach the bottom. So I'm going back over here, and I'm going to show you how simple it is to pretty much activate. Now I have $86,215 with the stuff that I brung from my residuals. So in order for your hands-free feature to work, you need to be on the transaction hall area, logged into your account just like I did, right? And then look at this. So this is my server, and this is the browser on the Google, right? And the algorithm is basically on the iMacros programmed very nicely. I'm going to minimize that. There's another account here, so it means you can actually have numerous accounts in one server running the algorithm, no problem. And so what you're doing is you're creating an account. When you go to your main Google Chrome, you hit the plus button like this, you continue without an account, you put the name in, you hit done, creates a profile, right? When it creates a profile, it'll even create a shortcut with the name of the profile, right? This is my sister, this is me, and it looks something like this, right? And when you go right here and you click on that, you can tell, right? That's the one, this and that, whatever. Okay, so what happens is, I'm not gonna go through how you install the feature or none of that, but I'm here at the place where I need to be And of course, you can see the pretty much the coding on there. And then, you know, we're gonna go ahead and get it rolling. So I'm just gonna press over here to the play section, and I'm thinking we're gonna change this to the 99. Boom. I think I have to go here and just hit the let me see right here, stop it, save and close, go back to this, make sure my code is okay. So my code isn't saved there. So all right, so I'm gonna have to show you to you. Okay, that's fine. So we're gonna go ahead and copy paste the code really quickly. All right, go back up and go over here and then go to edit. Where is it? Right here, right there. We'll go up here. Let's paste the code in, right? And we'll save and close it. Let's see if I can get this to go here. All right, chord macro, stop, save and close. Let's go to edit, pop it in here. Okay, we'll erase this one, put the new code in, save and close that, perfect. All right, we go to play, 99, play loop, and there it is, guys. As simple as that, and it puts your funds to work for you. Look at what that looks like. There it is, on autopilot. Now you don't have to press any buttons anymore. Now you could sleep at night and not lose 3 or 4 cycles, which is equivalent to 369. If you sleep through 4 cycles, that's 1.2% that you're missing out on. Okay, so because the algorithm is set to about 2 hours and 10 minutes, you're still gonna lose maybe like 2 cycles and a half or so. So you're still gonna wind up making only about 3%, but that's still more than if you're doing it manually and you're missing 3 or 4 cycles regardless. So that's very important detail to understand. With the algorithm, you're at least making 3 to about 3.5%. Okay, and as you can see, it's on autopilot. It's running. It's selling off the orders. It's committing your funds. There it is. You see another vendor, another supplier that you're selling off to. 8,000 being sold off there. And all my funds are being committed. My whole 86,000, you see, 86,000. So now it's only 3,940 left to put into the transaction area right here. As you can see, the transaction amount, right? It's right there. And the algo is just going for it. It's just going for it, selling off everything. And let's see what we have left. $79 is still left in the wallet balance. So the algo is going to continue to do that. There it is. It's putting out another transaction to put to work for another 2 hours. And there it is. It's an awesome thing to be hands-free. You're making money on autopilot. It's really something else. And this benefit, of course, is for those who register through us directly. Okay, not everyone who has or wants to get you on board with this platform has a feature like this. So the benefit of it is you'll get it with us. Now, there's no guarantees because, you know, originally this was made to manually do it yourself. Now, our coders and programmers have had very good, you know, a time with actually doing what they need to do this. But in our experience from 2 weeks ago, and just to be fair, I'll do the last one here because the algorithm is a temporary algorithm, which pretty much only it's allowing to, and no, I can't. It's just gonna stay that way. Anyway, it really puts all your money in there. It just left 20. It's supposed to leave less than 5, which is fine. This is a temporary algorithm because, like I was mentioning before, what happens is we've had 2 other versions already. The last time that they updated this website, it completely knocks the code out. Now the code is specific to the previous website, and the code stopped working. So our coders came up with an immediate same day coding to just give to everyone so they could be hands-free. And now, for the last 2 days, we've just been enjoying the temporary fix, right, for the hands-free, but everyone is hands-free. And so our coders are now making a member version. So with the member version, what's going to happen is that the algorithm is going to first go over into your team section, right? It's going to pick up all your residuals from level 1. Look at already $30 accumulated. It's going to pick up all your residuals from level 2, already $40 accumulated. It's going to pick up all the levels from level 3, all the residual, already $2 there. And then it's going to go back to the transaction hall and take care of whatever's in your wallet and then put it to work. And it'll put it in the transaction area, which, as you can see, there's $86,195 working. I'm not worried about $20 being in there because honestly, with that much money and that much residual coming in, this temporary fix is perfect. But the member version will do exactly what I mentioned, and even more importantly, it'll be code protected. So the access code to it is equivalent to your activation code. So if you're in our downline, what's going to happen is when you go to this section right here, everyone has an activation code. This identifies you as a member of the crypto ops, right? So in this case, mine is right here, right? And so if my upline had this and it was his and he gave me the script, it would be encrypted. I would put my activation code in it. Immediately, the script would identify that I was in his downline and thus giving me access. Okay, so that's how it's going to be. It's going to be great because only the people in our downline are going to be able to access the script because the coding is going to recognize that your upline has you in his downline according to your activation code, and you will have access. But it gets even better. What if you share that code with someone else because you want him to have access to this type of feature? Well, guess what? You're going to give him your access code, but the access code is not going to work for him because his activation code is different than yours. And even though you're giving him an activation code that would grant access, it only grants access to the actual account user. So this is crazy, guys, all right? And our coders are doing everything possible to get this out as soon as possible, but I tell them, take your time. We're enjoying the temporary fix. Immediately when the updated site came to be, knocked off the previous script, our coder said, here you go, this is temporary, get everybody on. And in one day, we were able to give everybody an updated version, a quick fix, a temporary hands-free feature, which, by the way, when there's some kind of update, a server update can knock the code out, a website update can knock the code out. So this temporary code is not a problem for me if it goes viral and it gets out there, which, you know, I would please ask everyone, keep it within their downline. Please stay ethical. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And ethics and responsibility and honesty and transparency is of the most importance when you are involved in our team. You have to, or please, we're asking you to be as conservative about it as possible. Only share it with the people that are in your downline, even if it's just the temporary code, okay? And when the member code comes, and you know what, it's not all written concrete on stone that the security of the member access is going to be that way. This is what we presented to the coders, and they said, Jay, we're going to work on it. We're going to try our best. Worst comes to worst, we're still going to have security if they can't do it according to my specifications. But these are the things that we have to offer you guys. And if the code ever gets knocked out because of some server updates or some website upgrades, then we will always have an updated version to give our whole downline, and they will continue to be able to use. But just remember that originally it was intended to be a manual thing, okay? So please understand that when these things occur, if it takes a day or two, you have to be willing to press that button until we can get you a new and revised version of the hands-free feature, guys. So this is pretty much my presentation and review. And like I said before, I give it a 10 in user friendliness. I give it a 10 in security. I give it a 10 in performance. I give it a 10 in the website look. I give it a 10. I mean, all categories, hands down. This has been the best experience that I have ever had in withdrawal times, security, user friendliness, compensation plan, everything thrown in the pot. I give this a 10, guys. So without further ado, I also want to end by just giving a shout out to my buddy Ron, who has invited many people here today, to my buddy RJ, who is also backing up all of these things, and to my buddy Josh, who has been an excellent networker and co-participant and partner pretty much in this whole particular platform. And we're going to grow strong. We're going to grow long. This is a very consistent platform. I gave it a 10 for consistency. I gave it a 10 for longevity. I gave it a 10 for withdrawal time. I gave it a 10 for user friendliness. I gave it a 10 for website look, which that just happened because my previous review was actually a 6. Okay. And so right now it's an all 10 down the categories of reviews, guys. This is something that you don't want to miss out on. It's actually registered in the USA. Yeah, you know what? I didn't even show you that. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to show you really quickly. All right. If you go to the home section of the platform, and then you click on About Us, mind you, the customer service is right here, the middle one, live chat, right? But if you go to About Us, you can see that they are registered in the US. They have an MSB license with FinCEN, so they're regulated by FinCEN. You can look up the company name, and what you'll find is their documents are intact, their registrations are intact, their regulations are intact. Everything is confirmable, even online. When you click on the link that they give you up here, you can copy paste the MSB number. And this is it right here, the MSB number. And if you go to the FinCEN.gov website and you hit the search on that number, you'll get all these documents popping out. Of course, mind you, I'm just being transparent. Like I said before, there are things that I was like, and those things are just really insignificant. So you're gonna run into some things that are like, this and that or whatnot. All right. So first of all, their address in Colorado, based in the U.S., is only for marketing purposes. So the only thing you're gonna wind up finding with that address is that it's a virtual address, which is fine. That's one thing that a lot of people, it's not even a real location. It's not. Listen, if that's a factor for you, then that's fine. That's your opinion. And if you don't want to jump on board because of it, by all means, we respect your decision. As far as I can tell you by personal experience, my company is registered here in the USA, okay? And in downtown Orlando, I have an office, and it's a virtual office. It's for registration purposes. It's for the purpose of getting my tax ID, for getting any of the licensing that I need, for tax purposes, for just having a location and not paying any overhead, because I work from home, guys. So in the same way, any different company or platform or whatever it is, they do this for marketing purposes. And in October of last year, when the company decided to change its name to Crypto Ops, formerly known as OTC, which dates back to 2019, you'll find that they changed their name in November of last year for marketing purposes. And that's when they establish the registration in the US through a virtual office, which are one of the things that, but it's not really an to me, because I know about it and I can talk to you out of experience, because I myself have a virtual office in downtown Orlando, and I've been conducting business through my company and paying taxes for the last 8 years. And so it's not a type of thing, but to some people it is. And so if it is, then that's completely your opinion and you're entitled to it. I'm just speaking out of experience, okay, guys? So these are the things that I can tell you, and I still give it a 10. You know, honestly, this is a great platform. You see the longevity, you see the consistency, you see the user friendliness, you see the speedy withdrawals, you see the awesome website look. Everything is there, everything is intact. They have customer service live chat. You can always speak to a person live. They do have some off times where you're not going to be able to get a hold of them, but you can leave a message, and then all of a sudden when you wake up, they reply. And if they're still online, you can just continue that same little conversation with them. It's really awesome, guys. You know, the other things that are like are really insignificant to me. So if they're significant to you, hey, that's okay. I'm just giving you a presentation /review. And so far, in the 3 weeks going on 1 month that I've been involved, and my buddy's buddy or friend of a friend who has $4.6 million in there, and his testimony of what it's been doing for the last 2 years, guys, it's enough for me to actually do what I did. And what did I do? I put 25 grand where my mouth is. That was what I was willing to risk. And I tell everyone toward the end, which I should have said it in the beginning, if you're gonna jump on board, please, 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 by all means, make sure that you only invest what you're willing to risk. Because if you only invest what you're willing to risk, then you're going to enjoy the ride. You're going to sleep at night. You're not going to freak out if anything happens, which so far has been consistent for 2 years. This is not a platform that is just starting, that are in growing pains of any kind, or are going through speed bumps that we have to tell you to calm down about, to be patient with, that we're just growing. No, this has been an ongoing thing for 2 years. And so this is it, guys. I'm telling you, I'm excited about it. Ronnie is excited about it. RJ is excited about it. Josh is excited about it. All my guys, you know, are excited about it, and they've been flooding people in. Don't miss the bus. Don't miss the opportunity of the benefits that come with registering directly through us, because you're going to regret it if you do otherwise. So, guys, this is it for my presentation /review, and I give it an excellent 10 stars. And that's it. I'm going to stop recording right here, and I'm going to say, like I always say, God bless you. We love you. Mic drop.